It's absolutely wonderful to be here with Harold Afflu, absolutely no stranger to all of us here at Burlington, a dear brother, a wonderful friend to us personally and to the whole of our Burlington family. So like so many others, Harold, we're asking you today, what's the defining question for this defining moment?
Well, thank you, Simon. Thank you again. Thank you for our friendship. And thanks for putting this together. I would say one of the major questions I have been reflecting on is, what has this pandemic revealed? What has it revealed in terms of the strengths for me personally and the church family, for us as a family of believers? And what are our weaknesses? What has it exposed? So those are the two major questions I'm almost like exploring in my head. What has it exposed as our strengths, and what has it exposed as our weaknesses? Yes.
Those are great questions, aren't they, of examination of what's going on, as these things haven't created the strengths or caused the weaknesses, have they, but exposed them. So well, what do you think, perhaps, as you reflect on that for church life? What are the strengths that it's exposed, and maybe too, what are the weaknesses?
Yes, so in terms of the church, I think what I've noticed is, let's go for, so what it has exposed in terms of our strengths, because one of the things we were already pushing as a church family, we were trying to get off the ground more, was prayer. So once we almost had a little bit of a momentum, so the pandemic exposed the strength of the momentum, and we were able to build on that. Yes, and so the numbers almost like, just multiplied in the number, multiplied manifold to a degree in terms of the average attendance and the intensity and the number of people involved and the impact we've seen. So it exposed that. And the weakness I think it also exposed for us was the area of, we're trying to get our small groups missionally getting together, and the pandemic hit. So it exposed for us a major area of weakness in that area, which, as we're getting out of the pandemic, we're looking to strengthen how we do effective discipleship in terms of smaller groups to reach out to people.
Fabulous. It's such a great question, and my mind is buzzing now with all sorts of applications for this question about what the pandemic has exposed. Just a final comment about you personally, as you come out of this whole pandemic season, what are you rejoicing in, and perhaps what's the struggle?
Yeah, well, it's exposed to me that I think my roots are deeper than I realized. So that's one of the things I'm excited about. My love for God has increased, but it's also exposed some vulnerabilities. I've felt vulnerable as a leader. How do I lead in a changing sphere? And how do we lead intergenerationally? Especially the younger generation is really very much on my heart. But Lord, we've got to get some answers. So those are the things I'm currently battling and struggling with in my head. How do we get forward and disciple some of the younger generation effectively? Yeah.
Wow, well, we love your honesty, Harold, and vulnerability. The prayer momentum that you've talked about is absolutely fantastic. Personally, I'm blessed by that in the mornings, week by week, and may many of us get caught up in this wave of prayer as we come out of the pandemic. And perhaps to your final point about being a leader, especially for raising up the next generation, on both our hearts for the months and years that lie ahead. So to everyone just listening in, that great question, what has the pandemic exposed in terms of our strengths and in terms of our weaknesses? Harold, God bless you. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you very much, Simon. God bless you too.